I think they were a bit better than we were defensively. Is probably the biggest difference. We had plenty of opportunities there at different times, and just couldn't quite crack their line. And some of that was our execution at times, but some of that was their really good work defensively. They certainly got off their line better than us, and they probably controlled the ruck a little bit harder than we did as well, particularly with one referee. And when they had their opportunities, certainly in patches at least, we just allowed some easy tries through. And it was a bit disappointing from that point of view, because I thought there was lots of periods where we won the contest and lots of periods where we did some really, really good things. The learn for us is that when you drop off for that one play, it can hurt you at this level. And the most disappointing thing for me was the couple of tries, or the 3 tries I think it was, from dummy half. We've got to be better than that, obviously.
They seem to have some success between Asiata and Bego Juniors. Is it something you guys look to adjust?
Look, they did have some success there, obviously, and you're probably a little bit of a victim there of John plays 6 for the Cowboys, but he is a makeshift 6, and Tavita's been playing all in the middle for the Broncos as well. So that's just the way it worked out for us there, with young Utter falling over. That we obviously had to look at other options in the halves, and that didn't work well for us tonight, and they didn't have the happiest night there. But I'm sure they'd both be a little bit disappointed, and they've both got better footy in them. And the biggest thing is, and the best thing about it all, is that we've got opportunities to learn from this. And for the first time in a long time, when I say we've got something to learn, we've actually got games at the end of the year as well, so we can look to improve. So that's a real positive for us.
Kristian, I guess obviously that middle period was tough. I mean, the Kiwis kept coming at you and scored a few tries. What do you make of that final 10 minutes then? They obviously saw what you wouldn't like to have seen maybe that other 40 or so minutes beforehand.
Well, the thing that worked for us in the last 10 minutes was the way we carried the footy and the way we got on the footy, so that we've obviously got an ability to offload. And while you need to be a little bit disciplined with that, we showed that we were willing to offload all through the game. For plenty of periods there, I thought we got a little bit caught up in trying to score tries through structure rather than wanting to run the footy and wanting to get on the footy so that we can make the most of that. And in that middle period, if you think about the try just before half time, come off the back of an error that we made coming out of our own end. The middle period where they found a couple of tries come off the back of us dropping the footy on a kick return. Just even though we didn't make a lot of errors, those errors that we did make were at really crucial times, and then we just weren't strong enough mentally, I suppose, to defend them out as well. And again, the positive is that we get to learn from that and be better next time we come together.
Why do you think Brandon Smith was able to find so much space from dummy half?
2 reasons. He's a very good player, and he's only going to get better. And he showed how strong he is and how dangerous he is from there. And obviously we need to be better at what we do around the ruck. And I thought the Kiwis, as I mentioned before, did a really good job in how they found time in the ruck. And we probably need to be a little bit better in that area. And if you do that, then you get a little bit more time to get your markers set and be better at marker as well. So a little bit of us and a little bit of him being a very good player.
See how tough was it out there, especially in the middle of the field?
Yeah, it was pretty tough for the first 20 minutes. Us forwards, we were trying to battle with them in that first 20. And obviously with our defence, and that let us down. They had a few quick play the balls. Hooper got out a few times and scored. Pretty disappointed, but we've got another couple more games at the end of the year, so we're working towards it.
Just Kristian, conceding 2 tries late in the first half and then that try early in the second, did you feel like that's where the game probably turned?
Yeah, it really hurts you around half time, if you allow points. And I think if we'd have gone into the sheds at 10-4 or whatever it was, we go in with some real confidence. And when you get a try, I think it was a last play try just before half time, it just does dent your confidence a little bit. And then again, that second half try very early in the piece does the same thing. So, in both occasions, it was really just a matter of we defended the set really well and we drop off a little bit on one play. And both of those, I think, were actually last play. Smith running from dummy half on last play, and we fell for a dummy the play before the one before half time. So again, it's a real learn for us there, just at this level of footy, and when you're playing a really good team like the Kiwis are, with a really good 9-6-7-1, if you drop off on any play, then they've got the ability to hurt you, and they were good enough to do that tonight.
And a few boys look to have picked up knocks. Any sort of injury concerns this match?
Oh, the main one's Manu. He obviously didn't come back out after half time, and that was we're thinking that's more precautionary at the moment. He's hurt his neck a little bit, and he was quite stiff, and the doc thought that it was too risky if we put him back out there, and he wanted to go out obviously, and we've got an obligation to make sure that we look after players and that we're not putting them at unnecessary risk, and that we send them back to clubs in good condition and all that kind of thing. So I think we made the right decision there.
What is tough to take at the moment, what are the positives for you tonight, Kristian? As you said earlier, you matched the Kiwis well in periods, especially in the first half.
Yeah, well, I think we've got to look at those positives and obviously look at how we do that a little bit more consistently or over longer periods. And that's what we weren't willing to do, was just really stay in that grindy back and forth sort of footy that we created early. But we they were a little bit more willing to go with it than what we were, and so that's a learn. We obviously need to learn to defend a little bit better and have a little bit more energy and urgency about us defensively when it really matters. And I love the fact that we could find that in the last 10 minutes, but we didn't have it when it mattered, 15 or 10 minutes before that. And if we can find it there, then we don't end up quite in the same position as what we did in the last 10 minutes and chasing so many points.
And how hard was it for you to put together a plan to contain or to stop Benji and Sean together for the first time, second time?
Yeah, it obviously gives them a really, they're two world-class halves, and it gives them a really good ability to move the footy, and I thought they did that well and got to our edges well, and that showed at different times, and they probably kicked a little bit better and built a little bit more pressure with their kicks than what we did as well, which really counts at this level. But as I said before, the biggest thing for me and the biggest disappointment was how they found their tries through dummy half and their line breaks through dummy half, and that's something that we had spoken about and had worked at and need to be better at. And Smith had way too much space there, as did Jerome Hughes when he come on. So that's the first area we need to look at in terms of improvement.
Stuart, yourself and the rest of the team went through a lot of work on attack and defence. How much did fatigue play a part, especially in that middle area when the Kiwis are coming at you with the same sort of pace?
I actually thought we were pretty good. It's just we were getting off the ruck a bit too early. We didn't slow the ruck down, and when we did get off early, it's when the hook and that took those opportunities. When you slow the ruck down, we're able to get our line and our defence line set. We didn't do that in the first 20. That's why they scored a couple of tries. But energy-wise, I thought we were pretty good. We were trying to keep building the game in the second half, but just couldn't get there until that last 10.
Right, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.